This case will shake your faith in humanity. The man you're about to learn about, David Parker Ray, built a torture chamber so disturbing that even the FBI couldn't find all of his victims. What you're about to hear is not fiction. This is a real-life horror story. And the most terrifying part? This monster operated for decades, undetected. Imagine this. You wake up, disoriented. Your body aches. You try to move, but you can't. As you attempt to shift your weight, a sickening realization hits you. You're strapped down. Thick, cold metal clamps dig into your wrists and ankles. You try to scream, but nothing escapes. The air is stale. The room is completely soundproof. And then, a click. A tape recorder turns on.
"You are now my personal toy."
A cold chill runs down your spine. Your heart pounds. You struggle, but it's useless. This isn't a nightmare. This was real life for dozens of women. And their captor? A man who saw them as nothing more than disposable objects. His name? David Parker Ray. The Toy Box of Horrors. David Parker Ray, also known as the Toy Box Killer, was not just a serial predator. He was a sadistic mastermind. He created a torture chamber so twisted, so meticulously designed, that it could rival the darkest horror movies ever made. He built it inside a semi-trailer, transforming it into a real-life dungeon where his victims endured unimaginable torment. Inside this chamber, authorities found whips and chains designed to restrain and inflict pain, surgical tools that hinted at experiments too gruesome to comprehend, electrocution devices meant to break his victims, both physically and mentally, a gynecological chair with restraints used to force his victims into complete submission. But the most disturbing part, he didn't just hurt these women, he orchestrated their suffering. Ray meticulously recorded custom audio tapes for each of his victims, detailing exactly what he planned to do to them. He forced them to listen before he began his twisted games. These women were trapped in a waking nightmare. For one woman, this day meant survival. Cynthia Vigil had been kidnapped and held captive in Ray's trailer for 3 long days, but that day, she saw her chance. Ray left for work, just like he had done so many times before. His accomplice, Cindy Hendy, stayed behind in the trailer to keep an eye on Cynthia. But then, Hendy made a fatal mistake. She left the keys, unattended, within reach. Cynthia's hands trembled. Her heart pounded in her chest. She had only seconds to act. She lunged for the keys. Her pulse was racing. She fumbled with the chains, her breath quick and panicked. As she unlocked herself, Hendy realized what was happening and attacked. But Cynthia, she fought back. She grabbed an ice pick and stabbed Hendy in the neck. Then, without thinking, she ran, barefoot, bloodied. Wearing nothing but a metal slave collar, she sprinted down a dusty, deserted road, screaming for help. And this time, someone heard her. The discovery that shocked the world. When authorities raided David Parker Ray's property, they thought they were just investigating a kidnapping. What they found was something out of a horror movie. Journals filled with decades of detailed torture accounts, diagrams of his torture devices drawn with disturbing precision, videotapes, recordings of women suffering, confirming the worst fears of investigators. The evidence was undeniable. This wasn't the work of an impulsive killer. This was the meticulous, premeditated cruelty of a man who had been doing this for decades. But there was one chilling question left unanswered. Where were the bodies? The mystery of the missing victims. Authorities estimate that David Parker Ray may have murdered up to 60 women. But to this day, not a single body has ever been found. Investigators believe that Ray disposed of his victims in Elephant Butte Lake, a vast body of water deep enough to hide its secrets forever. Despite overwhelming evidence, only a handful of his accomplices were ever convicted. Justice would remain incomplete.